Hey, y'all, it is your girl, Shawn LeRae, and we are back with Boss Talk. Y'all know that's bold, one of a kind, sensational superstars, and that's you. So, I am happy to be back again on yet another Wednesday. That's hump day. We have made it halfway there, y'all. So, if it's been a tough week, just hang in there. We are almost to the end, to the weekend. And you know what we have forward to look for, what we have to look forward to this weekend. If you are in LA, California, period, because Northern California is getting it bad too, we can look forward to some sunshine and dry land. My goodness, y'all, it has been raining cats and dogs and elephants and tigers and all of that. It has been really bad here. And Californians, like I'm from Ohio, right? So I know snow, I know rain, I know the whole thing, tornadoes, all of that. We actually had a tornado in California today. And I'm gonna tell y'all, I could tell something was up with the weather. It seemed very, very much like tornado weather to me. And lo and behold, we had a tornado in California. Now listen, y'all know that that is not normal. That's not how we roll out here in California normally. And so I just want to say that something is really going on. So we need to be looking at like what is really going on in the world that has it all topsy turvy like this. I'm thinking somebody upstairs may not be too happy with us down here, but I'm just saying. So listen, a lot of things coming up. I want to tell you about. So many great things are happening. So I'll tell you what's happening at Living Loved first. That's the practice. So we are having our first soul care healing sound bath on the 26th. That is Sunday. We are having our first teen substance abuse education and awareness and prevention group on the 26th. That is Sunday. And on the 27th, we will be starting our anxiety and depression group. And that's an anxiety and depression to enhance self-esteem and strengthen self-confidence. And that one is virtual. So you can go to www.livinglovedhealing.org to sign up for any one of those groups, and we would love to have you there. Now, on next Friday, that is March 31st, if you're in LA, I am excited to be a part of my bestie, Chantel Denise, who is Mrs. Elite US Woman of Achievement 2023. And she and myself and the ambassador queen of 2023 for the Women of Achievement pageant system will also be speaking at Chantel Denise's conference. It is her Woman of Worth conference. And she is doing a Woman of Worth tour, which started in Texas the last several days ago. And we are going to bring it on home on the 31st here in Los Angeles. So it's in North Hollywood, and you can register, get your VIP tickets at www.chanteldenise.com, and that's DENIESE, Denise, chanteldenise.com. So sign up, y'all. You don't want to miss these things. And then coming up April 30th is Living Love's first annual Dating from the Soul workshop. So if you are single, ladies, you need to be in the house. We are going to talk about what it looks like to date from a place of owning, knowing, loving, and accepting yourself. Because first you must love yourself before you can love anyone else and before you can attract that person who will love you the way you deserve to be loved. So ladies, get in the house. You can reach me anywhere here on IG at Living Loved Healing, on Facebook at Living Loved Healing to get more details, and right here. The save the date has gone out and the registration will be ready this weekend. So yay. So that's what's going on in my world. So I want to know, because I always want to know what you all are up to out there. So let's see, how have you been managing the rain if you are in California, Los Angeles in particular, but I guess it's been pretty bad up north too. So if you're in California, put in the chat what you've been doing to manage the rain. How have you been handling it? What have you been doing that has kept you sane in the rain? Oh, I like that. How have you been sane in the rain, y'all? Because I have, maybe I haven't been so sane. I've been really sad because it's kind of the gloomy, just, that ain't how I roll. I'm like a sunshine girl. So please let us know what you've been doing out there in the rainy days of Cali. So you all know that my passion is young people, and I love youth. I started out as a therapist working with teens and children, um, and I worked at my mother-in-law had a six-bed group home for boys, and they were the probation department called them at risk. I called them at promise, and I worked with at promise girls at Optimus Youth Homes and Family Services, and currently I serve on the board of directors for an organization called the Advote Project. Shout out to the Advote Project. That is ripples in Hebrew. And we service at promise youth who are formerly incarcerated, some are girls who are in a school where girls go when they are pregnant. Also, we work with Homeboys Industries and some other places, helping using theater to help teach communication skills, life skills, and all these things in a way that um, enhances the lives of these young people. So, my guest this week, I'm really excited about because these young people are helping even younger people live their best lives. And I think it is so impressive and so important. It's important work, and you're going to love them. I have fallen in love with them already, and I'm excited to have them on as guests because they are some young folks who are doing things and giving back. And that's what it's all about. It's like each one teach one. When you get yours, that doesn't mean that you get the going. That means that you have to reach back and pull somebody else with you. So let me see who's out there. Hey, Mr. Bill. Hello, William Bill Seals. It's nice to see you. He says he might have to crash that party. If you're talking about the dating workshop, you are so wrong. You are not invited. Thank you very much. Um, I appreciate your enthusiasm, though. Hello, Miss Renee. How are you? Nice to see you, darling. Yes, she says she loves this. And listen, y'all, Renee Brown will be facilitating our substance abuse workshop for teens starting this Sunday. So if you have teenagers out there and you want to help them get a healthy understanding of substance abuse and have some education, some awareness, and prevention, then send them over to us at Living Loved. So I'm going to tell you about my guests, and I'm going to bring them on one at a time. So I'll tell you about the first guest. Ladies first. So my guest is Mianna Evans, and she is a program coordinator for Get Smart Before You Get Sexy. Love that, at Black Women for Wellness. And she she is also, I'm so jealous, a toy poodle mom full time. We got to talk about that because I want me a poodle so bad. And Mianna was born and raised in South Central Los Angeles, and she attended UCLA, where she received a bachelor's degree in both African American studies and in sociology with a minor in film and television. While there, she immersed herself in work designed to bridge the gap between low-income neighborhoods and higher education. This work led Mianna to working directly in LAUSD high schools through UCLA's African Student Union's SHAPE program. And I think that's an acronym, so we must ask her what that acronym stands for. So through UCLA strategic partnerships and community engagement, she was able to connect underserved communities with educational resources and eventually became a college advisor. Her overall passion for empowering and uplifting youth to advocate for themselves and their communities led her to work with the Black Women for Wellness Get Smart Before You Get Sexy comprehensive sex ed program. With years of experience working directly with teens, hearing their concerns and witnessing the overall lack of information more than ever to encourage youth to make, regarding, I'm sorry, lack of information regarding safe sex practices. Miana believes it is important now more than ever to encourage youth to make smart decisions about sex and have full autonomy over their bodies. I love, 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 love that. So, y'all, without another word from me, please welcome to Boss Talk, Miana.
Hi,
Hello.
everyone. How
Hi.
are you?
So good to have you. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you for
I mean,
having
for not for tuning in, for being here. I'm sorry.
me. Thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you. The work that you're doing is so important, and I'm so excited to hear more about it. Let's see
Mhm.
what they're saying out here. Sora Randa, hello. She says, good evening, good evening. I'm super excited to hear about our young leaders. Absolutely. Renee says, thank you for the shout out. Absolutely. So, Miana, so you were born and raised right here in Los Angeles.
Mhm.
Now, did you always want to do this kind of work?
No, I didn't. Never was really sure what exactly it was that I wanted to do.
Uh-huh.
I just always was pulled to this kind of work. In my fairy tale
Uh-huh.
dream life, I won't have a job. I'll just live doing nothing.
Ooh,
But my
girl,
purpose
you
in
sound like
life,
a child.
yeah, my purpose in life is to educate young Black teenage girls and save them from a lot of experiences um, that they
Mhm.
might not necessarily have the tools and resources to prevent themselves.
I love that. I love that so much. So, when you, so I'm guessing that you sort of were led to this work without putting your feet in that direction on your own. So,
Mhm.
how did you get here?
So yeah, so I was a college advisor. And then I just took a break. COVID happened and
Mhm.
kids, high school teens, they started not wearing their mask. And at one point, everybody at my office at my old job just got sick. I was like, we taking a
Mhm.
break because everybody kept getting COVID and my mom is high risk. So I had to step back from being in
Mhm.
person. So I was looking for another opportunity to continue that kind of work, interacting with the young people and educating them in different capacities. I wasn't strictly reserved for college
Mhm.
access and talking about higher education. I wanted to see what other organizations offer the support to those young people that I
Mhm.
wish I had. So I
Mhm.
found Black Women for Wellness. And yeah, it's been great ever since. I get to do exactly what I love doing on a daily basis.
And now that is success right there when you can do what you love. It's kind of, I think they used to say, what would you do if you uh, what would you do if you wouldn't get paid, if you knew that you couldn't
Yeah,
get paid for it? What would you do anyway? And so it
right.
sounds like you found that.
Yeah.
That is so good. And so it came definitely by fluke, I guess, but you
Hmm.
did your homework, it sounds like. So
Yeah, I didn't want to just work anywhere.
yeah, good for you. So how did you find Black Women for Wellness?
So my sister actually was a Black Woman for Wellness volunteer for years. Well, let me not start lying. She was a Black Woman for Wellness volunteer for a while, and
Okay.
then she used to volunteer with the Kitchen Divas.
Oh yeah.
When I'm not sure of the lady's name, but she passed away. But she was who my
Mm,
sister volunteered directly under when they used to hold those sessions at the YMCA. And me and my family, we lived right behind the YMCA where
uh,
those sessions was happening. So my sister would run back home and tell us all about the workshops that was done, and
Mhm.
eventually the Kitchen Divas program turned my sister vegan. And so she would always come home and tell us about it. And Black Women for Wellness has just always been a household name for us. We always knew about the organization. My sister was involved in the organization. So I knew about it. And then my sister, um, yeah, just circled back around and was like, hey, like, have you ever thought about checking them out and see if they're hiring? And I was like, yeah, no, I haven't checked. I'm gonna see. And I didn't know they had a Get Smart Before You Get Sexy program, or even a program for teenage Black girls. So
Yes.
had no
I
idea.
love that. And I, that it warms my heart to hear that, your family has known about Black Women for Wellness and participated in it for a long time. I'm the president of the Black Women's Network, and we're sort of like sister or cousin organizations, and we participated in the oh goodness, take oh my goodness, why am I drawing a blank? It was the program that was about they did a study with what is it, Occidental College. Are you taking stock, that
Mm-hmm.
program? So we partnered with them on that program and working with them in that study. So we love the work that they do, and we have some members who are members of both. So I love that. Well, I want to get Lionel on as soon as we see what the folks are saying, and so we can hear from him a little bit. Hello, Tiffany. Tiffany says absolutely important work. Thanks, Miana,
Thank
for
you.
putting us on. And Renee said, this is so awesome. This is needed in our community. Thank you for thinking about our teens. They are our future. Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's see here. Now I'm going to bring on Lanelle Schuler. And Lanelle is also the program coordinator for Get Smart Before You Get Sexy at Black Women for Wellness. He has worked in reproductive justice in the reproductive justice nonprofit world for going on 5 years now. He was previously employed as a peer educator for the same program, highlighting his commitment to eliminating health disparities that exist for African American communities. As part of supporting the Get Smart program, Lionel has worked hard to educate and empower youth to make the most informed decisions about their reproductive health and support at risk communities through advocacy and policy. He has earned multiple accolades and awards, including the Soldier Award for his devotion and dedication to the Black community at the 2017 Bring a Brother to Breakfast. I love that program. Lanell is from Los Angeles, California, and received his bachelor's in political science, so did I, with an emphasis in Chinese and global health from Colorado College. As a former foster youth, he believes in health equity, community building, youth development, and innovative approaches to comprehensive sex education. When he is not at BWW, you can find Lionel traveling the world, spending quality time with loved ones, or curating the perfect playlist for every mood. I love it. And so, Boss Talkers, without another word from me, please welcome Lionel Schuler. Hello.
Hi, thank you so much for having me. Oh my gosh, I'm excited to be here.
Yes, well, we're excited to have you. So wait a minute. First of all, you're talking about this playlist. I want to start with that. All right. So tell us, young man, what is on your playlist? Give us some
Yes.
details.
I literally have a playlist for everything. Like I'm in the office, there's a playlist. I'm in the shower, I have a playlist going. I'm cleaning up, and there's a playlist. And now Vienna nodding because she hears it all the time. But y'all know on everybody's tongue and everybody's mind with no visuals, Renaissance is on most of my playlists because every mood, like I'm jamming, I'm cleaning, she gives me like that energy.
Well,
uh,
who's that? Who's that?
Beyonce, the Renaissance album,
Oh, yes, yes.
right? Every time it's just it's reliable.
You can count on that. Okay.
Right.
Do you get a lot of work done with that?
I do.
Yes, I have a problem with it. I get real distracted. I'm in the mirror with the brush.
No,
I don't get much done that way.
right. No, I'm typing and singing.
I love it. I love it indeed. So, well, welcome to Boss Talk, Lionel. Thank you. And I just love, as you heard, we love the work that you and Miana are doing. So tell me, how did you get involved in this work?
Yeah, so it's not, is it a side story? Okay, it's not really that exciting. So it was my 10th grade year in high school, and um, if one thing I knew, I was scared of the statistics that told me that I was gonna get an STI. Knowing that the chlamydia and gonorrhea rates were disproportionately high for Black teens, especially if you are a foster youth. So I was looking like, oh my gosh, like is nobody gonna let me know what's going on or make sure I have the tools to at least protect myself, whatever is going on.
Hmm.
And so I was scared. And I remember talking to one of my counselors in one of the summer programs I was in, and they brought in the Get Smart team. And so they came and they presented to us on safe sex and using contraceptives. And then after that, Lachey, she was like, she was like, oh, you were very involved. You were asking questions. Do you want to interview for a position? And I was like, oh, say less. I'm at the office. And I think and it was history was made.
I love that. I love that. Well, that speaks to your commitment to curiosity, right? To wanting to know more, to wanting to take care of yourself and be able to, share what you're learning with other teens and young people. And so I applaud you both for like listening, for paying attention, for being willing and able to answer the call when it was made to you. So that's really good stuff. So tell us how this program got started. Do you know how Get Smart Before You Get Sexy? I love, love, love that title. Ooh, yes, I love that title. So can you tell us how that got started? Do you know about the history of it?
Yeah. So I'm not too well versed on the history of Get Smart, more than like we all know the story of Black Wellness and how they came together 25 years ago as a birthing support group. Get Smart started a bit after, so it wasn't they didn't have all the programs back in 1997. Get Smart came a bit after. And oh my gosh, if Norbese and is watching, please, it's been a minute, but basically Norbese, who's doing great work and is working at Planned Parenthood Federations of America, she started this program as what it is, a comprehensive sex ed program, and it hit the ground running. It helped to start Spring into Love, which is an annual comprehensive sex ed conference that is youth led for high school students, and it's been happening every year since since
Wow.
they started it. Um, and so I know that was not not answer your question,
No,
but I would say
that's
that
fine. Hmm.
their basic kind of started this. Mate had the lights on in this program as she worked on the policy side of things as well.
Hmm. I love it because it's so needed, and there's so many opportunities where youth are left in the dark around these things. And so, what are some of the things that the program offers?
Yeah, so Get Smart Before You Get Sexy does a lot. And so, as far as things we can offer, we have, of course, internships, we accept volunteers. And what I do is I train peer educators to lead these comprehensive sex ed conversations in schools and in the community. And
Hmm.
so, we offer peer educator positions to high school students. And Leanne and I work to train them and get them ready to lead these conversations and empower them to take control of their own reproductive health.
Hmm.
Um, and so, yeah, that's one thing we offer. But then, like I said, so when we train them, they then lead these workshops. And so we offer free sex ed workshops on a range of topics from body image and body positivity to healthy relationships to consent, sexual harassment,
Hmm.
to health advocacy, and of course on um, safe sex.
Hmm. I love it. Yeah. So do you and Miana work together on a daily basis? How does the program work for on a daily basis?
Yes. And so um, I'm the program lead for Get Smart Be Sexy, and so like I said, I work with the peer educators and I train them, and I see to their day to day tasks. Um, but we we work hand in hand, so we're very close. But Miana oversees the Rites of Passage program, which I'm sure she can share more about.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Okay, well, let's see what the folks are saying out here, and then we'll get right on that. Hi, Vanessa. Vanessa says she wants to hear more about the Kitchen Divas and learn how to cook vegan. Do they have classes?
Oh yes, they have virtual classes. I
Ooh.
think they're on Fridays, and if you go to our website, and go under the Sisters in Motion, right, Lionel, under
Mm-hmm.
their tab, you can get information. They have a variation of chefs that they feature and have lead the cooking classes. And I think they just had an in-person cooking class not too long ago. Um,
Huh. Very good. Well, there you have it, Vanessa. They had the answer for you. Ah, Starboy says, I love to see all this Black excellence. Absolutely. Absolutely. Renee says, yes,
Yes.
Beyonce.
Okay. I'm glad you see it.
She says, wow, this is so amazing. Absolutely. So this is really important because I know, having worked with um, girls who are in a group home setting, and most of those girls, all of those girls at that time were on probation, and many of them had been trafficked and all of those sexual crimes committed against them, and then there were also just the the difficulty of keeping them safe sexually, even at the group home, because there were boys at the group home too, y'all.
yeah.
So how do you start these conversations with these young people, Miana? If you could answer that.
Yeah. So me personally, I always like to say that I'm like a big sister. I
Mhm.
don't like I don't like the teens that I work with to see me as someone who is unapproachable or that they're scared to talk to because I'm gonna tell their parents. Or of course I am a mandated reporter and there are some things I must report. But ultimately I want them to feel comfortable and open enough to share those experiences with me. So I present myself, like I said, as a big sister, as someone who is there for them and can meet them directly where they're at. I'm very transparent about my experiences. Fortunately, I haven't had a lot of experiences. Like I'm very sheltered. I
Uh,
grew up very sheltered, so I'm just now getting out the house and dating and stuff like that. So I'm new to the game too. So I'm learning with them, and I'm telling them that I learned with them, and specifically during our Rites of Passage program, which Lionel touched on a little bit, which is a 12-week program where we usher the girls into womanhood. We talk to them about different topics of womanhood, things to look out for, things that we feel like will help her to be a well informed and confident and empowered young lady,
mhm.
how to carry themselves with class, dignity, respect, how to be informed financially, how to be informed sexually, how to look out for a healthy relationship and what makes a relationship rotten. Um, I do like Beyonce a little bit. So I made a game called Lemons or Lemonade where we go over different scenarios. And we talk about if certain lemons in relationships can be turned into lemonade or if they're just bad lemons and you have to throw them away. So I
Ooh,
try to make it very fun and interactive and playful. Um, and I always my strategy is to disguise a lot of my lessons as like just formal conversation. So they don't know there's a whole outline and rubric and stuff, and certain criterias are getting met. They have no clue because it is genuine. They are genuine conversations that I'm having with them. It is structured, but they just don't know. And I think
I love
that's
it.
why it works the way that it works. So yeah, the Rites of Passage program kicked off last week. But yesterday we had our first in-person session with the girls, and it was great, a very intimate setting. And we have some shyer girls in the bunch who may be reserved and they
Mhm.
don't want to talk about certain things just yet. But I told them we all gonna be sisters by the time this program ends, so get used to it. And they laughed, but I'm serious. They're all gonna be sisters. I'm gonna make them be sisters because I'm the big sister.
Yeah.
Um, so we're all gonna get used to each other, and we're just gonna go through this program week by week, tackling each topic. Lionel's going to do a bomb presentation tomorrow about Black body culture. He's going to talk about colorism, texturism, body image. And then, of course, throughout the program duration, we'll do something about financial literacy. So if we talk about financial literacy that week, we're going to a bank that weekend. Or if we talk about college prep that week, we're going to a college that weekend. Or if we talk about healthy relationships and stuff like that, I'm going to take them on a coffee shop date where they get to date themselves. So I'm going to show them how to sit by themselves, to be content and just love on themselves. And we're going to do a self date jar at the coffee shop. So it's a whole bunch of cute activities planned out for them. I don't want it to feel like some things are outdated. Some things, I'm be honest, some things are just outdated, and I don't think that girls want people just lecturing them, and they don't want a whole bunch of girls that are 30 years older than them, who lived and grew up in an entirely different generation, telling them how to live in the generation that they live in now.
Right.
So I'm doing it how I want to do it. I'm remixing it to make it relevant to the girls now, and I'm enjoying it. It is a lot of work, but um, again, it has to be done. It has to be done right.
I love y'all. I just want to take y'all home. Uh, Wait a minute, she said she got the remix. Okay, y'all. I absolutely love it. Listen, everything that you both have said is so on point and it's so beautiful. These girls are so lucky to have just you two doing this program. I think shout out to BWW for picking these two. I love it. So, and you are so right though, because like I think I'm hip, but come on now, look, I'm 63. So,
You
so
don't look 63.
We're
I know
good.
I love you even more now. Look at you. Thank you. That's why I say it out loud. But I am 63 as of February 21st. And I love young people and I love teenagers. But I recognize that it is my job to mentor young people like yourselves because they can't hear from me anymore. I am their grandmother. Hmm, hmm. Yes.
Yeah.
So in that, I am so grateful that we have, you guys doing this program because they really will hear from you. And the approach that you have is fantastic. I send y'all back to school to become MFTs and hire y'all because this is some serious stuff going on right here. Let's see. What an amazing program you have. I needed this when I was growing up. Absolutely. See, Renee said that. Tiffany says you are so right. She says, I really appreciate how you are remixing and not throwing out the baby with the bathwater. LOL. Absolutely. That is true. Hey, sorority man. She says, yes, because some of us seasoned people forget what it was like to be young. That is so true. That is so true. And I've watched that happen, to young people, even in the program that I used to work in. Some of the principles, some of the structures, some of the things they wanted us to do and say look, it was outdated for me, and I'm an old head. So, I'm like, ain't nobody trying to hear that. So it is definitely great to have your voices. Vanessa says an outstanding program, and I like her approach, reaching the young girls. Black Girl Magic to the 10th power. Much
Oh,
needed.
yeah.
Absolutely. Oh, yeah. Boss talkers are very encouraging, y'all. That's why I love my boss talkers. So, listen, I also want to point out, like, I love what you said also about the dating, the going on a date with one's self. That is so powerful. And I'm doing a dating workshop. I'm doing it, it's called Dating from the Soul. And
Mm.
the idea is dating from a place of knowing, loving, owning, and accepting one's self. And so much of the time, as young people, we start to develop those bad habits that we put ourselves on the back burners, and we don't listen to our bodies. We don't listen to our first mind. Grandma said, follow that first mind, because the second mind is what? The devil. Say. And so, but so much of the time as we grow older and older and supposed to be getting wiser and wiser, we do some of the same things. So I appreciate that you're taking the time to teach these young ladies this at this point, because self-care, self-love, that's the key to any
Mm.
relationship.
Right.
Absolutely. So Lionel, so tell us, in the program that you're doing the peer education piece. Where do
Yes.
you find the peers that you educate?
Yeah. And so some of the peer educators that we have start their way by volunteering or canvassing with us, and we bring them closer. We call this like climb the ladder of engagement. How do we bring people that we come in contact with closer into our organization? So eventually, like they're part of the BWW family. They're looking for our programming every week. And so some of the peer educators actually were part of the Rites of Passage program and wanted to continue working with us, and so we hired them. But mainly, we post job descriptions. Um, it goes out everywhere to in LA County, and then we have the interview process, and then we train them essentially to have these conversations. And so it's very entry level. All you really need to become a peer educator is care, be passionate about the work, and want to learn and want to share that information with your peers.
I love it. I love it. So somebody wants to know, let's see. Starboy says, are y'all hiring? I need to get into the movement of work. Well, you heard how to do it there now. I love it. So what are some of the things that you think about, like bringing from your own experience into the work that you're doing? Can you talk about that, either of you?
That is a good
Um,
question. That is a good question. Do you want to go, Vienna?
yeah. So like I said, I'm not transparent with the girls. I don't want them to think I'm not credible, but like I said, I am a late bloomer. So I feel like that has helped me in a lot of areas of my life. I've been very observant. A lot of my friends went through it,
Mm,
and from just different situations and dating and things like that. And I've always just sat back and observed. And I've always I've mastered the art of being alone and minding my business and being okay with being alone. And just one quote I live by is, I could do bad all by myself. Like, if you're not bringing value to my life, if you're not here to make me a better, it's not your responsibility to make me a better person, but if you're not here to bring value to my life, if it's going to feel like a job or a responsibility, whether it's a relationship or a friend, doesn't matter. I'm in a position where I'm going up, and I'm not going backwards. I came too far to go backwards. So if you're not bringing value to my life, I don't need to entertain that relationship in any capacity, whether it's a relationship romantically or a relationship with my friends. So I would encourage the girls just to be mindful of the energy and the company that you keep, because everybody isn't worth it. Your peace
ooh,
is
girl.
first. So just encouraging them to be observant, watch everybody. And if you watch long enough, you'll find out everything you need to know. Once you find out what you need to know, evaluate if it's worth bringing into your life or letting it go.
Ooh, girl. There's the master class, and we're done. I love that. I love that. And you know what is so interesting? And Sister Cheryl, I know you can attest to this. She's out there. Thank you for tuning in. These young people have some really great advice that we can all use at any age, at any age. Because even as a woman of a certain age, I find myself in situations I have to go, huh? What? And like really evaluate the situation and be like, I don't think that's working for me. And sometimes because you want to entertain people, you want to be kind and loving and open and all those wonderful things. And you can find yourself in placing yourself in positions that don't serve you. So I am so glad that they're getting such a lesson at this stage in the game, because I guarantee you, walking through the doors of Living Loved are some grown women who have not yet learned or how to master that lesson that you just gave. So thank you for that. Cheryl says, I so love the space that I had to step out of my class just to share how much I appreciate your consistency and dedication. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Vanessa said, holla, I didn't learn that until late in life. There you go, right, Vanessa? Right. Cheryl says she gives me hope for our youth. Absolutely, 100%. Sora Terry says, Miana, you are what my mom would call an old soul.
Oh yeah, you'll be surprised. I've been getting it my whole life. Everybody has always asked me, "Are your parents older?" No, my mama acts younger than me. I don't know where I got this from, but I am an old soul. I'm 63.
Yes, and I'm whatever you are. What are you? How old are you, if you don't mind saying?
I just turned 24 on the 8th.
Happy
Oh,
birthday.
happy birthday. That's a beautiful
Thank
Pisces
you.
energy.
Yes.
And let's see what Renee is saying. Yes, she's definitely on point. The art of being alone. And it is an art, isn't it? Isn't it? Yes. T Man said, embrace it. I love it. I love it all. So listen, let's hear from you, Lionel. What pearls do you have for us?
Oh, now we have to follow me at it. That was such a good answer. Wow, yeah. I think kind of when anybody asks me why this work is important, or any youth asks me why this is important, I say like when I was in high school, I was guilty of like looking at people that were going through breakups and like, oh, that could never be me. Like if I get broke, I'll move on. And two, it was, and I feel like I was falling apart. And I think this work is important because you do have to build those healthy skills and habits so that when you are faced with challenges or obstacles that you experience the first time, it isn't like something that you feel you have to unbreak or fall apart for. And so that's why I say like this workshop, you might not see may not see important now because you're not in a relationship, but listen, these skills will stay with you and are necessary. And so yeah, that's what I say. Yeah, so I would still consider workshop 3 times because I think it's very important to hear. And I think you had said like one of my most important pieces is that self-care and self-love is important, and it's always important to hold with you. I don't know if anybody watches Drag Race, but Rue always says like if you can't love yourself, then how can you love somebody else? Right, right. and that's right, and that's not to be like condescending or anything, but it's self-love is important, and it is necessary for you to be able to communicate what you want, your boundaries and your needs. You have to know, like
Absolutely.
yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Now, let me ask a question. Do you all run into, with some of the young women that you're working with, do you run into those who have been taught in some way that self care and loving oneself and feeling good about oneself and all those kinds of things are negative, in that people will say you're stuck up or that it's being haughty or any of those kinds of things? Have you run into that?
I personally haven't. I
Okay.
have, if anything, I've worked with girls who I've had to dig that out of, and just not like that, but I'm just saying, like,
So,
what I'm saying, like, it's okay to like, pamper yourself, get your nails done. A lot of the girls that we work with, specifically our peer educators and our interns, are overachievers, so they work so hard in their school and stuff like that. That
mhm,
they might not have time to do a lot of like the fun stuff, like the
mhm.
feminine things, and just like treat themselves. So I try to show them just how I live my life. I can't do it. I got a massage Saturday. Uh,
Yes, I get it.
it's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. You gotta
Absolutely,
get into it.
absolutely.
Yeah.
You will love this. I am the bubble bath queen. Every day of my life, I take a bubble bath with scents and
Yes.
all of that wonderfulness. And before my husband passed away, my late husband used to draw my bath for me. So, ladies, you should be well taken care of by yourself and by your choice of partners as well. 100%. I love it. But that's what I mean. I find that a lot of the women that I work with and the younger women that I work with don't feel good about doing that. They feel guilty when they take care of themselves, and they feel like they're neglecting others or being selfish and those kinds of things when they take time for themselves. And it breaks my heart when young women are like this. I know older women get that because they're, in their minds, they're holding it down. They got to do this, they got to do that, and they got to do the other. But the idea is if you break down while you're trying to hold it down, you might not get back up.
Yeah.
So, I like that. So,
Yeah, that's why I say, yeah, I felt that on a spiritual level.
okay.
Sometimes I don't want to get up. Sometimes I want to stay down.
Exactly. And that's okay too sometimes, right? To just stay there. Someone called me today and they said, how are you? And I said, I'm fine. And they said, what are you doing? And I said, I'm still in bed. And they go, oh, are you sick? I was like, no, it's Wednesday.
It's
I love that.
right.
Right? So you don't have to ask for permission, just give it to yourself.
Right, right.
Yes. Give it to
I
yourself.
love that. I love all of it. So what are some of the somebody is saying something here. Starboy said that rule keeps keeps me going. I love it. I love it. So what are some of the things that you find challenging about the work that you're doing?
Miana, do you want to go?
No.
Got you with that one.
Okay, so kind of speak a bit to the previous question, to both questions. I think it's a when I'm working with peer educators, it's a really fine line because, like you said, Miana and I are really close to their age, so we know how challenging high school can be and how demanding and how education academics come first. But then also our work is very important and our mission statement we hold really close to us. So it's like I want y'all to take care of yourselves, but then also we have to make sure that we're moving the needle on this mission statement. And so I try to impress them the importance of holistic care. And I find that a lot of them don't participate in self care until they feel burnt out or until they feel it's all the way exhausted. It's like, well, I keep trying to say if you keep up your self care, then you wouldn't face burnout as quickly. You'll be able to handle challenges a bit easier because you're not drained. You have the capacity to do so. And I think that's one of my challenges is how do I let them know like I care about your overall health, and so you have to keep up with consistency and taking care of yourself so that you can be your best self, and so we can make the work that we want to make happen and be there for our community. And I think that's peer education is like it's a weird kind of spot because you are talking to your peers, but you have a responsibility to make sure that your information we give is medically accurate, is culturally competent, and it's age appropriate.
Oh, I love all of those. Yes, indeed. Thank you.
Yeah.
Good.
And then I will go, to piggyback off of what he said. Yeah, it's been times where I have to pull back because I do find myself wanting to say, this is a job, right? Like, you get paid to do this. So I have had to have several tough conversations with my interns because, yeah, we're fun, we're playful, we're young. But at the same time, like Lionel said, the needle needs to move constantly. Like it doesn't get to stop. Like you are a part of something big. You applied to be here. So get it done. And after so many excuses, I don't want to hear anymore because I know when I was in high school, I did way more than the average teen. Like I won't even get into all the things I was into. But I was busy, and still had, So when they're telling me their workload, I'm listening. I'm like, oh, so you just don't want to do it? And they're like, yeah, I forgot. I'm like,
Okay.
that's not okay. And you really just told me the truth like that? Are you insane? Don't tell me that you just. So I be having to pull back because I know there are people who are constantly asking, when are you hiring, or when you? And I know that there are people who want to do this work. But we have, we got to work on it. They're still learning different characteristics to make them a good employee. And that's our job to, instill those values in them. So we can't be soft on them all the time. You got to be hard on them sometimes. And just that balance is something I don't really care about now. At first I was nervous, like, oh, I do not care no more. Because
Right.
if you don't do it, that means I got to do it. And I already got stuff to do.
That's right. And I'm not going out like that.
Right.
Right. But it's true though. And I mean, someone had to be hard on us, right?
Yeah.
And so we had to learn how to move that needle and for ourselves, as well as I think sometimes it's hard for people to understand the value of moving the needle for someone else, and that benefits you as well.
Yes.
And so I love that you guys are I'm telling you, with you guys as our future leaders, as the show notes say, the future is bright. And people are always trying to say, as I said, it breaks my heart that so much of the time when we turn on the news, all we hear about are the negative things that young people have done or are doing, or that sort of thing. But no, rarely, I won't say nobody, but rarely do we get to turn on and hear about the amazing work, like the work that you guys are doing, and the commitment that you have to it, and the excellence with which you are performing it. So kudos to y'all. I love it. Hey, Alan Shay. He says the value of a relationship starts within you, the respect you have for yourself. This is what I hope to find in a wife, and is still in the children I hope to have, a healthy relationship. Amen. That is right, Alan. 100%, my brother. 100%. Hey, Gigi says, great session on youth employment and balance. Absolutely. Absolutely. And Alan says, a healthy relationship starts with you. 100%. 100%. So, well, I want to know, as we start to wind down just a little bit, what do you guys do when you're not doing the Get Smart Before You Get Sexy program?
I want to show you, but I'm gonna turn my camera off to go get it.
Okay, go get it.
Aw.
So you
Okay.
can go ahead and go.
Yeah,
Lionel.
when I'm not working, I'm prepared. I'm just kidding. I'm not. If you stay ready, I'm kidding. I'm playing.
Yes, no, go ahead, say that, because my
Right,
sister does that 100%
right.
all the time.
If you stay ready, you don't got to get ready.
That's it. That's
But
it.
no, I like to travel. I like to travel the world. Last place I traveled was Italy. I was in Abruzzo region. I was taking a cooking class.
Oh,
Making that homemade pasta. Right. You know what's crazy? They have so many instruments to make pasta in Italy. I was like, wow, like it's a lot of ways you can make pasta.
yeah, I know. And you could also go to the grocery store and get it. I'm sorry, said the girl who doesn't cook. Now, if I could go learn to cook in Italy, I would cook. Okay, so I am all over that, Lionel. Thank you. Okay, so go ahead. Where else have you been?
Oh yeah, so I went to Italy. I studied abroad in China. Yeah, what did I do before that? Oh my gosh! Like, listen, it hasn't been that many years for I could travel. It's been a couple of years. My friends and I went to spring break in Tulum, which is really fun. It's really fun, yeah, and relaxing. It was a spa spring break, my self-care spring break.
I love it.
Right, but now I'm looking to go to Brazil. I've been practicing those dance moves. You know, the dance moves they have on TikTok. I've been practicing.
The dance battles.
Right, yes.
I love it. That is wonderful. Travel is my thing too. I love it, love it, love it.
Yes, where are you going next?
So far, well, next, I'm going to Santa Clara for a conference. That's going to be in May. In June, I'm going to Atlanta to meet some brand new family. I'm super excited about that. And then in September, I'm going to London with a quick jaunt over to Gay Paris, darling.
Oh yes, that's like is there room on the plane? No, I haven't been to Paris yet. I haven't been to Paris.
You haven't. I love it, love it, love it. I actually got to go there for a beauty pageant that I won, and I got to stay because I got myself a little job singing.
Yes,
so
congrats.
It's a magical place. It's a magical place. You will love it. Who's out there? Mr. Bill. William Seal says, it is nice to see that we have young people so advanced and their outlook on life and how they look to inspire others. 100 per. Now, this is a traveling sister spa, Tracy, and she has a spa called the Relax Spa. So your next massage, we must go over to see Miss Tracy. It'll be on me. So let's do that. Tracy, you heard it. We'll go over there and see Miss Tracy. Well, the truth is I have a ton of I probably have a ton of gift cards still left in my on my little thing because I'm such a regular fan. She said, please come. I would love that. Absolutely. So what about you, Miana? What did you go and get?
So I went to get my son, Carmelli Poo-Poos. This is
okay,
my son.
y'all know I'm gonna cry, right?
This is my baby, my pride and joy, the love of my life. This is why I solo date, because I already have a man. This is my son. I don't need nobody else in my world. Look at him. He's just so poor. He's just a poor boy. All he
Oh,
wants is his mama. So
He
this is
is
where I
nestled up. He is comfortable.
yes.
this is where I get all my happiness from.
Yes. What is his name?
His name is Carmelo Chance, and he is 2 years old, and he just had a big birthday party. He got over $400 in gift cards from family, and yeah, he's antisocial.
It's
Um, he doesn't like going on walks. He likes to be pushed in his stroller. So if I put
oh
him down,
no.
he's gonna start barking at me. I've been kicked out of places because he's just started barking because he just it's like, are you insane? Pick me up, put me in my stroller, and then wipe my paws off. Oh, he going to sleep. Look,
I'll be
look,
touching the
he
floor.
going to sleep. My baby going to sleep. Look,
Look
he's
at
tired.
him. Oh,
Oh, he's so cute.
It was because
cute.
I picked him up when he was napping. But yeah, this is my son, and I do want to travel. I did go to Barcelona. I did study abroad, but I can't really travel with my baby because he don't like being on planes and stuff like that. So every trip right now is gonna have to be a road trip until we build him up into that. But
Right. So work
yeah,
with you on that.
my little earth angel.
Look at him. He is just really look at him. He is just as happy as he can be. He
Yes.
is adorable. So here's the thing. So Terry says he is cute. He is so cute. I too have sport. She has sport. Spot Tracy said he loves his mama.
Oh,
You do. He's a mama's boy.
William said, if someone called me stuck up, I would simply tell them it's better to be stuck up than to be stuck down. Absolutely. Absolutely. Tracy has two.
Ooh, yay! Play date.
Renee said, oh, he's spoiled, spoiled. I know he's not just spoiled, he is spoiled, spoiled. But I gotta tell you, so I want a doggy. I want a little puppy. I want a something poo. I would love to
Okay.
have
A
a
poo,
toy.
yeah.
I'm on the Toy Poodle Instagram page because I love them. And now, see, you have confirmed it.
I will say,
is
be
he?
very careful. Okay, so I think that my dog is just different because toy poodles, they are very assertive and yippy and just independent.
That's what I've been hearing.
Yeah, they're very assertive. They're bossy. They cling to one person. So personally, what I would say, I would not get another toy poodle, just because
You get a mix because
I
I
would
hear
get,
mixes are
I would
better.
get a mix, or I would get a golden doodle. My next dog is going to be a jet black golden doodle.
I love them.
I've
They're
already.
the big ones, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, see,
Yeah.
I think I need a small one first.
Oh, you want a small one? Oh, beware. They're very
I need
yippy.
him to go everywhere. He's
If
got
they want to.
my bag. Well, he's gonna have to. We're gonna get him a good trainer.
He graduated. He went to 2 schools. The first school he was asked to leave. He got kicked out of his first school.
oh
The
no.
second
He's
school,
like,
you know, he didn't want to participate in the first class. They asked him, they asked him to leave, but
oh my goodness. Well, see, in kindergarten, I was a little bit too participatory, and they said they wanted me out of there too. I will travel in a minute. Don't delay what you do, no matter what. So Tracy travels, and she has doggies. So just want to let you know.
Okay, so
Sport is a Yorkie, and I'll tell you, my friends who are not thinking that I should have a dog for that very reason, because I am like, in fact, Tracy's one of our people. If I say let's, she says go, and we're out. But I really want one, and I want one who's ready to go, who's ripped to go, and willing to go. So I'm leaning towards a multi-poo. And I like that color. That color is beautiful.
Oh, I had to search for him for like 6-7 months, specifically from a specific place, because some people, their red fade. So their dogs, their red fades. So I had to make sure he was a multi-generational red toy poodle, and make sure his parents didn't fade and their parents didn't fade. Right. But I didn't check for temperament. So he's a cranky guy. He will yap somebody up. So he's no fun, really. But I love
talking about him.
If he was really like your son and you birthed him, you would be stuck with that and have to love it. So there you go.
Yeah.
Gwendolyn says, such a cute first son. I have a Yorkie that is king of our house too. Yeah, but then she also has some great big old doggies over there too. And you did do your research. I said, Tracy says that I have a New Yorkie, and he's very yappy.
Yes.
She did her research. Absolutely. You did. I am pleased with that. I guess I better get busy and do mine. I'm going to call you. We talk offline.
Oh, let me know, because this is what I do. I can help you. Yeah, my baby, he got clothing brands that he modeled for, so we can set you up with a whole dog
Yes, girl,
deal.
because that's what I'm talking about. If he is going to live in my house, he needs to be working.
He helped pay rent.
What'd you say?
He helped pay rent.
Yes, indeed. That's what I'm talking
They
about.
be charging dog rent. They be charging pet rent
Yeah,
in LA.
he's covering his half.
I love it. I love it. Well, you guys have been so delightful to have on tonight. And I want to say, oh, Tracy had a question. She says, do you have an IG profile for him?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Go ahead and follow my
Put it in
posting
the
chat.
chat for
How
us.
do you work it? I have no idea how to put it in
Oh,
the chat.
well, then just say it out loud.
It
And
is Carmelo the Toy Poodle on Instagram. Just Carmelo the Toy Poodle.
I might have seen him.
You
Carmelo.
probably did.
I think I have, actually, because I follow all. I find the toy poodles and follow them. I believe I have seen him. So cute. She said, "Thank you." So listen, there's a thing that you will ask you to do before you give your handles and how you can be found. But I want you to leave the Boss Talkers and anybody out there listening, and maybe you want to leave a message for any young people who happen to run across this. What is it that what is your motto that you live by and that you want to share with the Boss Talkers tonight?
For me, dreams don't work unless you do.
Ooh.
So
whoop, I like that. Put that down.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah, you could want to do all you want as much as you want to, but until you actually put in the work, it's not going to happen. Faith without action is dead. So you got to meet. I believe in God. I'm very spiritual, so you got to meet him halfway. If you are religious, meet him halfway and let him do it. But he's not going to, turn things around if you're not helping him help you. So,
yes, indeed, I love that. Oh, perfect. So, Lionel.
Yes, that is a good question. Good question. For me, I think something that always comes to me in moments of despair is a quote that I can't say verbatim, but it says that hope is the light at the end of a dark tunnel. And that just helps me that if you, and I think, still on the theme of Miana and God, that trouble doesn't last always. And so no matter if you are, struggling down bad, there will be an end, and you just have to see it through. And I love that. It keeps me going. When I'm feeling overwhelmed, or I'm like, man, I have 9 meetings today. But after that 9th meeting, though, we're hitting up happy hour. We're taking care of ourselves,
Right, that's right.
That sticks with me.
I love it. I love it. Thank you. So dreams don't work unless you do. Faith without works is dead. And and what was yours? What was the one that you said, that first part? I like that. Hope
is the light at the end of a dark tunnel.
Hope is the light at the end of a dark tunnel. Absolutely. I love these. You guys have been such a joy. And I'm really so glad that we cross paths, and I don't believe there are any coincidences. I call them God incidences. And so I am so grateful that God incidentally got us together this way. And I will be seeing you on Saturday. Is it Saturday? Yes.
Saturday.
On Saturday, because why don't you guys tell the Boss Talkers what's happening on Saturday?
So yeah, as I mentioned, we have our Rites of Passage program, but we're going to do an opening ceremony for them on Saturday for the girls and their families. And it's going to be a cute little, not shindig, but ceremony just to welcome them into the program officially. We're going to have a whole bunch of different powerful women come and speak to the girls in different ways. We're going to have a beautiful recital of the Phenomenal Woman poem by Maya Angelou, which I'm excited about because I actually scouted not scouted, but I had my eye on this poet for a while, ever since I saw her, and she did a really beautiful poem. So she's going to come and do Phenomenal Woman with the girls, because that's going to be the poem that they open with at the start of each session for rites of passage. So she's going to show them how it's supposed to be done. And then we're going to have you come and bless the space. And then we're also going to have a sound bath and yoga session, which I am very, very excited for, because I need that personally.
Yes, yes, indeed. What time is that happening? I might have to get over there early.
Oh, that's going to be towards the end. Yeah, that's going to be near the
good.
end.
I'll be there already. That's good. That's good. That'll be after me, right?
Yep.
Ooh, yay. I love it. I love it. So I'm going to get my double dose of that this weekend, because we're starting our sound bath on Sunday at Living Loved. Yes. So y'all see that hope is the light at the end of a dark tunnel. I love that. And Girls Like Me said, we love her. Miana keeps shining for our girls. It's her character for us. So beautiful.
Thank you.
Love it. Love it. And Starboy said, is that a Desmond Tutu quote? Which one? The Hope one?
That is Desmond Tutu. Oh my God.
You have that.
Real recognize.
I like it. Where is it? I would like to come. Oh, great. So can you tell us where the it's on your side of the hill, Renee. Where is that the event? And is it open to the public on Saturday?
No, it's not open to the public, because it's just gonna be for the girls and their families.
Okay.
But we have a lot of events that we are going to be doing.
Yes.
If you do know any teenage girls, we also do Serenity Space. Lionel and I run Serenity Space, which we have our peer educators do. And I want to say it's like bits and pieces of the workshop that we do in Rites of Passage. We do it like once a month. And the last Serenity Space was about colorism, texturism, and things like that. And Lionel, tell them about this upcoming Serenity Space and how they can get involved.
Yeah, so I'm glad you asked. Serenity Space essentially is a 5-part community conversation that is led by our peer educators. And so last month we talked about colorism, texturism, great discussion. Dr. Astrid, who works at BWW on our EJ team, was able to speak and give her thoughts on toxic chemicals that look out for and how to take care of yourself during your hair care journey. So this next one is going to be on public speaking and health advocacy. It's called Speak Now, Here's How. And we had to keep the title, right? But yeah, it's just knowing that doctors, they should, but don't oftentimes have, making sure you get all the tests you need and making sure that they give you the bigger picture. So it's up to you and up to us as people to make sure that we're asking, hey, can I get this test? Knowing that I'm at risk, or I'm this age, or how do I get this medication? So we're talking about health advocacy and how to advocate for yourself and others. And we have some really good policies coming up that we're going to be talking about as well. And I saw somebody wanted to come to our office this Saturday. I know we're also having a organizer training that we are having as well on Friday and Saturday. So yeah, if y'all follow BWW's Instagram and stay in the loop with all that's happening.
Yes. And so what is it? bwwla.com.org? Okay. Renee said, how do we attend, or is there a website? Yes. So that is the website, Renee. Let's see, hold on. And yes, we're going to get that up for in just a moment. So I really love that. I love the idea of colorism. So Boss Talkers, you all know this out there, that I can't get enough of school. So I'm in a doctoral program. And my dissertation is about colorism. So yeah, I would love to. Yes. That's important. As we all know, and have experienced it in some form or another. And so we're going to talk about like what that looks like in terms of being a racist construct. And much of the time we equate the origins of colorism from ourselves, and that is not the case. It ain't from us. We didn't start it.
Yes.
We did not advocate for it, or it was appropriated upon us. So there it is. That is the website. So you can either click on it or copy and paste that website. And listen, y'all, there are just tons of things going on at Black Women for Wellness. And I am so excited to share that because they do some great work over there. And it's all apparent on that beautiful website. And so, do you guys have IGs that if you want to be connected or contacted, where the folks can find you there? And here is, I'm going to put up now the events page, so make it even easier for you.
Yeah. So our Get Smart, we have our Get Smart Before You Get Sexy Instagram page that you can follow us at. And I will say it out loud because I don't know how to type it. And also, I don't know about heart because it's a long name.
I typed it in the chat. I think I typed it in the chat. Oh, oops. I think I typed it. Let me type it in. Okay. I realized.
Did you type it?
I did, but let me type it.
You can put it in the private. I got it.
Oh, okay.
I got it. Thank you. Awesomeness. And this is the IG?
Yeah, that's the IG, and the one below that is we have a website as well. Our information hub.
All right, let's get it going here. Oh, so this is the website. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this website, yes.
Okay, and then there it is. And this is the IG. So y'all got that website, right? Get Smart, the letter B, the number 4, the letter U, getsexy.com. And then on IG, it is one and the same. Let's see. Okay, wait, what did I do? I can't get it. What happened? I don't know. Oh my goodness.
Well, yeah, the IG is essentially our website without the .com.
Right, but I just went to it and somehow lost everybody.
Oh, no.
I just went to the website. There it is. Okay. Now we got it. Let's see. I don't know what is happening. There's some crazy stuff going on over here, but just that's what it is. The IG is without the .com. So please go and follow and support these young people. And how do girls get into the program? This is the last thing I want to ask you.
Oh yeah.
Go. How do they get in?
Yeah, so they would apply and be on the lookout for our next application season. So I realistically could take, I want to say 2 more girls, but I know the turnaround is going to be very quickly. Being so the opening ceremony is Saturday. So if they aren't able to make it into the program and get their applications turned in, fret not, we're going to have another session. And the sessions are going to be repeated throughout the year. So this is a free session. And these sessions are free and they're paid. So the girls also get paid to be in this program. So I always tell them that, it's not a job, but it is because you have to work on yourself. So, and I told the girls, and it was like, I don't want to do that. I'm like, well, would you want to work? You want to start sweeping somewhere, or you want to get yourself together for free?
And for a little stipend, indeed.
For a little stipend. Yeah, they so funny. They so funny. Love them.
You gotta love them, right?
Gotta love them.
I love that. Well, y'all, my soror Rhonda says, Manel and Miana, continue to make a difference in the lives of our young people. Your light is definitely shining. Absolutely. And with that, we're going to say goodnight. But you guys, I just want to honor you so much for the work that you're doing and tell you how proud I am of you And I could not applaud you and Black Women for Wellness more for having selected you two to do this work. You are the perfect pair for this.
Oh,
Absolutely.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so
thank
much.
Yes,
you.
I wish you success in everything you do, though it is apparent that you will have it.
Yes.
Thank
Indeed.
you.
Claiming it.
Indeed.
Of course, my heart to hear
So,
that.
yes, yes. So y'all stay on and we'll chat a little bit after we say goodnight. And Boss Talkers, I thank you with all my heart for coming in and once again on a Wednesday night to hang with us. You could have been anywhere doing anything, but we are so glad and so grateful that you chose to spend it with us here at Boss Talk. And y'all know that's bold, one of a kind, sensational superstars. And that's you. So, y'all go ahead and live loved until I see you again. And until then, shalom, y'all. We're out.
Bye.
Oh, we got one more something. Hold on. Thank you so much for this outlet. I never would have known. Oh, that's why we do this. I love you. Thank you. Good night.